Hello, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to my channel, Perfectly Imperfect Precious. Today we will be going over the untold truth about saving yourself for marriage. A lot of times people tell us why to do things and why not to do things, but they never give us the real, uncut truth about why not to do it and the patterns that may happen. So I want to be able to provide you with that information. My name is Prechaus Harris. I am 21 years old and I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I currently live in Houston and I kind of want to get past the introduction. So this is a little introduction, and when the time is right, I will create a actual introduction video. Just know that I will provide way much more content. Content that will have like mukbangs, challenges, story times, hair, makeup tutorials. Like, I have so much in store for y'all and I just can't wait for y'all to see it. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's get right into it, the untold truth. So we're gonna first start off with soul ties. Soul ties happens when two people have premarital sex. Their souls collide in the worst way. Sometimes you don't realize it until years later. They begin to give birth to a conjoined soul, which brings forth dark things of that person. It could be drug abuse, mental abuse, domestic abuse, trauma, depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, plus way more that you wouldn't even think about. This is transferred from one person's soul to another person's soul. Sometimes these relationships can become fatal, but if you're wiser, you can leave the relationship before it gets that bad. Not all relationships are like this, but some are, y'all. You have had sex with someone, you have shared your soul with that person, you shared a piece of yourself with that person, and a lot of times we don't really think about that. I know I never thought about it, but you carry their emotions and they carry your emotions. You can grasp some of the most deepest parts of a person through sexual relations and premarital sexual relations. Soul ties plays a really big part in our lives, and we have to wake up. You know, this causes us to just stay with a person and really care for a person who probably doesn't care as much as they should for you. Soul ties, guys, it's something serious, and you know, everybody that you have sex with, you have endured a soul tie, and that's probably why you feel so deeply loved about this person. And two, you feel connected to this person. You know, you feel very connected. So now we have strongholds. Now y'all, strongholds is something serious. So strongholds, within the word itself, it means for someone or something to have a strong hold on you. This may feel like something you can't shake or let go. This stronghold can be very manipulating. You may even feel obligated due to the things you went through with this person to stay in this relationship. So after that, it could even be due to the longevity of the relationship. You know, how long you guys been together. So you find yourself miserable, not physically, emotionally, or even spiritually happy, and it's because of the strongholds in your relationship. Sometimes a lot of us don't notice the strongholds because we overlook them and act like we're in denial. However, you will reach your breaking point and enough will be enough. Y'all, when a woman's fed up, there is nothing you can do about it, okay? When a man is fed up, there's nothing you can do about it either. So this is not only for women, this is for men as well. Strongholds plays the toughest part. This is something that is so hard. You can't let go of it, even when you want to, even when you know this person ain't no good for you, even when you know this person is keeping you stagnant, even when you know that you cannot grow with this person because they don't want to grow themselves. You know, this makes you stay in a relationship longer than you're needed. This does and cause wear and tear on your heart, and then once you get out of it, you realize that you don't trust nobody. You can't love nobody. You don't want to give yourself to nobody no more because you gave all that you could give and you have nothing to give now. Now you have to find the love. You don't even want to find it. So it's just like, you know, this is a wear and tear on your heart, and this makes you stay stagnant in your relationship and in your life. This does not help you grow. Strongholds help you settle, guys. You start to overlook red flags, and red flags are the little things that he does, and you kind of just shove it off like, okay. But then you shove off all of these red flags, and you're like, it's okay, we good, like, you know, we're about to make 3 years next week, so he gonna get it together, he gonna stop cheating, you know, he loves me, and I don't care what nobody say. That ain't nobody have been through what I've been through with him. No. Now that's called being loyal, you know. That's definitely being loyal, but that's a stronghold, and those are red flags, y'all. You don't want to continue to overlook these red flags, because what happens when you're what happens when you're being mentally abused or physically abused, sexually abused? What happens when you're being disrespected? What happens when you're feeling less than? What happens when you develop low self-esteem because he doesn't appreciate you like he should? What happens when you begin to go out and cheat on him? What happens when he begins to go out and cheat on you? You're hurting yourself. Little do you know, it may feel good to get what we call revenge, but it hurts, y'all, and that's just the honest truth. So these are I like to say that these are patterns that we take ourselves through, and it's just not ideal. You know, it may look cool on the outside, but on the inside you hurting inside, baby. And it's okay, because where there is sickness, there is healing. Take heed of that. So strongholds, they are to hold you back. They are not to make you strong. They're to make you weak. So they make you stagnant. They make you emotionally unavailable. You don't want to give yourself to nobody. And I understand that. And you have a right to be selfish with yourself. But eventually when someone comes along, they will be for you. And you will have to decide what you really want to do. So then, guys, that's a bit of strongholds. So now we have what we call shambles. This is the third reason as to why you should save yourself for marriage in the untold truth. So shambles is, Lord, shambles. Encountering many uneventful inconveniences throughout your day that you may feel is entirely unnecessary. It feels like everything you do turns out to be a complete mess, or everything you touch turns into poop. You begin to develop things like nothing can ever go right. If it's not one thing, it's another. So forth and so on. Experiencing shambles in your everyday life can give you anxiety and actively encourage anger issues throughout this process. Now, don't get me wrong, minor inconveniences happen all the time. But have you ever experienced genuine favor from God? Have you ever experienced a day where you're filled with ultimate peace and joy? And even when things does not go as planned, something better comes along, or when something better doesn't come along, you're still at peace and you still have joy in your heart? Some of us do not get a chance to experience this because of strongholds, soul ties, and shambles. And these are things that we also brought into our lives voluntarily. But as I say again, where there is sickness, there is healing, y'all. Okay? So that's shambles, y'all. So I want to give an example. Shambles is like when you're doing all that you can do and it seems like nothing is panning out to what you expected it to be. You know, you take one step forward and you take 100 steps back, and you're like, what's going on? What do you want from me? It makes you go through those states when it comes to women. So shambles, we all have experienced it. Shambles is like, let's say for instance, you have a meeting to go to. You wake up, you're 30 minutes late. You have to be to work for 7:30. Meeting starts at 7:45. And you're rushing, you have anxiety, you're like, oh my God, like why didn't I hear my phone? Like, and you don't even have time to do your hair like you wanted to. You get in your car, you're in traffic. If you live in Houston and it's a Tuesday morning and you gotta be to work for 7:30, you know that traffic is no joke. You get straight to work right on time before the interview actually. So you get your notebook, you get your information, you're about to present, and you realize, oh my God, I left the 3 most important sheets at my house on the kitchen counter. Every step you take, it's like you take 100 steps back and you try to figure out why. But what we have to realize, guys, she did everything that she knew she needed to do when she woke up late. It still didn't pan out the way it needed to be. But it's all about how you handle yourself. Now, to avoid these type of things, you have to ask God to remove anyone and anything that's in your life that will hurt or harm your growth. You have to ask God to give you strength to let go and to give you a good and healthy coping mechanism so that you can have the strength and power to let go of these things, because it's like you go through a withdrawal. Shambles is something that I went through, and it's something that we all go through, whether you're having sex or not. This is something that we just cannot avoid. It is inevitable, okay? Experiencing God's favor and strength and experiencing God's mercy it's so sweet. It's so loving. It's so fulfilled. It gives you a sense of feeling that you've never felt before, and you're like, wow, I wish I could feel this all the time, and you can. But it comes with being obedient and being disciplined. That's the only way that we can let go of these shambles, because a lot of shambles are unnecessary. A lot of times we put ourselves in certain situations. You have to realize you cannot trap yourself and put yourself in these boxes and allow yourself to be played with, because the devil, he will play on that. He will nitpick with you and make the worst out of it. Little do we know, God gives the devil certain permissions on what to do. Now, God, he has his hands over you, but sometimes things does happen, like shambles, that the devil, he begins to send you negative thoughts, because it starts with your mind. When you think negative, when you say things that are negative, when you think of depression, when you think of anger, it starts with your mind and it ends with your action. You have to realize, like, wow, he's trying to get me to live like this. So once you realize that, you're able to beat him at his own game, and boom, you're like, oh, you tried to do that to break me down, you tried to do that to kill my spirit. Well, guess what? You have upped my faith, okay? Take that. Now, let me tell you, it is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. I will not lie to you and tell you that it is, because it is not. Sorry. It's still not easy, but the doing gets better. You begin to develop these characteristics and things that help you. You don't always get so upset when things does not go your way. You begin to have peace and joy in it. So where there's sickness, there is healing, y'all. And those are the 3 main important parts on the untold truth on why you should save yourself for marriage. We all go through these things. However, these are things that we can avoid, but it takes discipline, y'all. I have been abstinent for 1 year and a few months, since May of 2017. I am not perfect. I'm not going to act like I'm perfect. It is hard sometimes. Something that was so normalized, where we see it on the videos, we see it on TV, we hear it in our music, we watch it in movies. It's part of life. You know, everything that glitters is not gold. It's just not, y'all. I read a book that really helped guide me into becoming abstinent. I'll put the book in the description below. I forgot the name of it, y'all. The book is by Kyondra Hicks, and you can buy it on Amazon for $15. It talks about sex by the devil's design. It talks about purity, relationships, sex by God's design, the divine sex. Y'all, this is stuff that I never heard about ever. And that's also part of the secrets. That book right there, that book gonna get you where you need to go, okay? I'm so serious, y'all. So thank you guys again for tuning in to my channel. I want to wish you guys a happy and great day, and I also would like for you to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about it, because I will be waiting to talk to you guys. So thank you for joining, and have a perfectly imperfect day. Remember, you are perfectly imperfect. There's nothing you can do about it. Ciao.